So the Reservoir of Values project involved finding individuals who value and use the reservoir and offering them artists to work with, the idea being that together they could find creative ways of showing how they value the reservoir. We planned to use the arts trail to share whatever came out of those workshops with each other and with other members of the local community and the general public. To get the project off the ground, we worked closely with Summerfield residents, and we were delighted when they suggested holding their own community event to coincide with the arts trail. That is how the two events became one. Birmingham Settlement went on to play a key role in hosting and coordinating activities.
The reservoir itself is a wonderful resource. I think it should be used. I think most people think it should be used. So what we're trying to do is put events on, talk to people to work out what they think are the needs for the area and what they would like to see used, and then that gives us the message to go ahead and try and do it.
Today we are making card puppets with primary school aged children, so it's a fun, accessible workshop that is inspired by the wildlife that live in the reservoir.
The idea is that we exchange views, literally and metaphorically, so people can take away a drawing of the reservoir, sometimes part of the history, maybe a view of the reservoir, but leave their own views in return. So it's a genuine sort of exchange. It's a very nice way of people communicating their ideas and the values they have for the reservoir. And the big message that's coming back at the moment is we want to keep it as it is. We don't want it messed about with.
Some people have looked a little bit hesitant, but as soon as you chat to them and they realise what's going on, they're really engaging with it very positively, yeah.
When I've stopped them, it's like I've got local people who are really proud of the reservoir. Like I've been here since the 70s, and it's our reservoir. And then I stopped another couple and they said, well, I've moved down south, but we're visiting them and just reliving some memories because our daughter was born when we used to walk round.
So I saw this event advertised on Facebook and I just thought it was a great place to bring a child. There's going to be arts here, community coming together. She's not been to the reservoir before, and it's just great to just see something that's free, that you can do crafts at, that's really local.
I'm Peter Chapman, I'm a community artist, and my main skill is visual arts. I know the materials that I've used in the past, like willow and plastics and sticky back plastics and things, work really well with a group. And I was chosen this group because of maybe the language barrier might be an issue. They seem to all help each other. If someone understands, they explain it. But it hasn't been a problem because as soon as I've started, they just joined in. I had 15 to 20 people constructing, better than any group I've ever worked with, to be honest. I'm very enthusiastic. You might be able to get both. Draw one wing.
Yeah, so we wanted to get involved in the project because the reservoir is so close to us, and it's a great place for lots of the guys when they're newly arrived and new residents in the area to come and visit.
Today is a special day for art in this office for make a swan to use in reservoir.
But it's nice getting a group to work together, and so instant friendships are made. You know, you have to work with someone, it's a challenge.
The project's been great for the guys that come here to our centre to do some art and creative different activities and to make new friends. That's been wonderful.
We love art, you know?
Workshop, activity.
Yes. It makes me relax, yes, and happy.
I haven't worked with refugees before, and it's just been uplifting for me. I've enjoyed every session.
The reservoir is vital in this area. We're in Ladywood, which is one of the most deprived areas in the country, and it's a stunning area. We need to keep it, we need to protect it, we need to do more projects that enable people to come there and visit there.
I'm a local resident. I'm also part of the Real Drink Food Project Birmingham. So we agreed to provide food and drinks here today. We are something, quite unique where people can help each other in the community, get to know each other, build trust, build connection.
I think there's been a great sense of community today, seeing all these different people from different groups that I've worked with separately and seeing them all together interacting and doing all these different arts and crafts and making new friendships. So I think that's been the most important thing from today.
Birmingham is diverse. Yes, Birmingham is multicultural, but those cultures are not integrating with one another. So that goes to show that having days like this and events like this helps to bring different cultures and races together. And it's key that we do stuff like this. It's important.
It's a natural environment, and I think there's something about a natural environment that kind of brings people together, and it brings out the best in people. And it also gives them an opportunity to connect with just nature. And I think that's really important, especially being in the city.
We're painting signs. We've been working with the children. We took a walk down and looked at the reservoir, and we talked about what we valued about the reservoir. And
so you might want to do zip wiring this way, do you think?
Yeah. And the kids came up with loads of ideas. They were focused mostly on one of two things, either what they do at the reservoir or how it makes them feel. So a lot of them were talking about how peaceful it is and how it's nice to get away from traffic, and they were very upset by the litter. There were some grebes nesting, and their nest was sort of half twigs, half carrier bags, and the children were quite upset by that.
I remember when we did our walk, there was quite a lot of rubbish in the water, and that wasn't nice because the birds could...
And there was loads of algae.
Yeah.
Today we're doing stencils and signs for the reservoir, and we're basically saying how lovely it is being there and how peaceful it is. My design is a cafe because I always thought that it might be nice having a cafe in the reservoir, as all there is really ice cream trucks. I thought to kind of recreate it a little bit.
So I have a tree house, kind of like a fun playing treehouse for kids, because there's a lot of just, there's kids going down there. They took away the monkey bars, which I thought was quite a bad idea.
I think that the reservoir is important because people can go and see it, and if they're bored, they can go to the reservoir and you can do different stuff there. You can play, you can watch the ducks, you can feed the ducks, you can go round for a walk and have really a nice fun and have picnics and good things there.
Birmingham's a busy town and there isn't lots of peaceful places in Birmingham. However, I think the reservoir is one of the more peaceful places in Birmingham.
Well, living in the city, we need somewhere where we can just go and relax and feel at peace and just get away from the fumes for a little while, don't we? The children learn about nature, and they love seeing the ducklings and as the seasons change.
There's different creatures and they're really cute, and if they're safe and they're fine, that means I feel fine and I feel safe because of the creatures.
Everybody needs that headspace, a quiet space to go. It's a big contrast. You wouldn't even know you're in Birmingham city centre, and to know something like this is just a stone's throw away is a big pull, to be honest. So I love Birmingham, and this is added a new facet to Birmingham already.
It's so nice to have such an open space in the middle of the city that's very community inspiring. People always talk to each other, say hello to each other.
My name's Rachel Duggan and I'm a community artist. My role in the project is to speak to members of the community and to collectively create some art together concerning the reservoir. On the first day we all met each other and chatted about what's important to people about the reservoir. We all were in agreement that the nature is really important to people. So we decided to all create a bird to represent what's important to people about the reservoir.
There's a lot of development going on near the reservoir, and we wanted to let the developers know that how we value that reservoir and what it means to us. And so really we've got on board with this so that we can show what the reservoir means to us.
That it's allowed them to represent their ideas and their feelings in a different way, something that they wouldn't have tried before.
Yeah, we wouldn't have done things like this without the artist lead.
We wouldn't. I mean, we've learned something. I've learned something, that how you can make a bird out of newspaper and some plaster of Paris type stuff and glue and ripped up paper. It's amazing.
Because you forget you're in the centre of Birmingham when you're in the reservoir.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just think it improves your mental health and gives you space to think, and the beauty just refreshes you.
And you forget you're in a city when you're there. And it's definitely good for your mental health.
People must have a place where they can just go and relax.
It is a natural type of space. I think that's the important thing. It's not a park in that sense, and that's why and it's right in the centre of the city as well.
Today I'm working with a group called New Roots from Edgbaston. I'm upskilling them, teaching them some green woodworking skills. Today's workshop, we are learning the skills so that when we have an open day, they can run some workshops for me. And you angle the bit of wood. So you're just chopping in, taking little corners off.
Eva Bennett approached us about doing an art installation at the Reza. And we thought it was a fantastic opportunity, because one of our ethos is to get the guys to do stuff, because we don't want to just put them in their rooms and leave them. So as much involvement we can do within the community, we can get them doing, but it's a job tick for us. It's, you know what I mean. So anything like this is brilliant, and as you can see behind there, the lads are loving it.
Today we've just been invited down from our landlord New Roots to come down and get involved with this Greenwood project in preparation to deliver workshops in a few weeks' time.
Today I'm doing stuff for the event, and to get involved and to actually get more acquaintance with wood and get to knowledge and stuff like that.
I like getting involved in stuff, I like learning new skills. I don't really want to be sat at home doing nothing, watching TV. It doesn't really interest me. I'd rather be outside, especially with this nice weather. I'd rather just be doing stuff like that, learning new skills, developing myself. So, because otherwise I'm just going to be wasting my time, really.
Reservoir spaces are great breathing spaces. They're places people can come and relax. We've spoken to other people in the public as they're walking past, enjoying the area. They're fascinated by what's happening here, and they want to sort of find out, they want to participate. We've seen people that have asked questions about it and are coming back down again when we have the open day. Fantastic.
For a long time this was being unused, really, but once again it's now being developed with the allotments and stuff like this, which is fantastic, and it can bring a good vibe to the area.
I'm Keely and I'm an artist, and recently I learned how to make earth ovens, and I want to show other people how to make them today. There's so much other stuff that is out there that people don't have to think about, they don't have to talk to one another. So these are natural things that we're doing. People are learning from each other, people are reforming a community that has gone.
I think events like this are important. I mean, this is like a really community engagement one, so it's with everyone involved, and it's great to see people being so active. There's a tug of war going on here as we're speaking, and I think it's really great to get the kids involved rather than just sitting at home on their computers or laptops or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we're all for open spaces. We've got 570 odd parks in Birmingham, more than any European city. Let's use them, let's get out, let's get our children out there, let's use and encourage, look after them, keep them clean and make use of them, that's all we say.
Edgbaston Reservoir is well known as a local beauty spot, but that wasn't the original intention of its designer, the renowned road builder and canal builder Thomas Telford, who built it to top up the canal system built earlier by James Brindley, which Telford had improved. Telford finished this project in 1829 before Birmingham was incorporated as a town, let alone as a city. Therefore, it played a vital role in the growth of Birmingham as a city. It has attracted all sorts of standout moments, the principal one being Blondie, the 19th century tightrope artist, walking across it in 1873. But it shouldn't be forgotten that its existence is due to two 19th century giants, James Brindley and Thomas Telford.
My name's Jane Murray, I'm an artist and I'm working with the Caris group, and what really seemed to come out of this group was so many stories and jokes and humour. So there's all these myths that surround the reservoir. The most important thing that people felt about it was that time stands still when you can go there. It's a really peaceful place, a place where you can reflect. And that sort of, and there's one person who's been coming here since she was a little girl. Now I can't say how old she is now, but it would be quite a few decades. So, and she feels that it hasn't changed at all. So this place is frozen in time. It's this really peaceful place where you can go. So what we wanted to do to get that across to people was to use the humour, use the sort of jokey angle, and make some lollipop sticks, because like when I was little they all had jokes on them, and to write some messages on those, to make some lollipops in these handy tubs, and for people to be able to take them away, so enjoy the lollipop and take away the little bits of story that people have about the reservoir. So all the values will get scattered as people take the lollies away with them.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's lovely to see so many people from different backgrounds, different places, lots of local community groups, lots of arts groups, sports groups, just lots of people getting involved and having fun.
But I also think there's a legacy in the community, because you've had people make connections with other people. You've had neighbours who didn't know each other. It's good to also have people talking about what they value, because everyone around here loves the reservoir, but they don't have a conversation about it unless something happens, something negative happens. So it's been a really positive day.
It's been really inspiring. I thought it's been really, really inspiring.